Mic check. Okay, we're good on there. All right. Look at IWM. Looks like it. I wonder if we get a retest down since it's at the top here this morning. Fails, goes down into the empty space, retest. Hmm. Yeah, we'll see. This will be an interesting day. All right. We are live on YouTube. Someone told me yesterday they don't like watching me on YouTube because they like to scroll. I was like, go ahead and pack it up, fam. I don't know. 5 minutes. In a happy way. All right. Yep. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, everybody? All right, let's do this. Get prepped. Get you guys' request in here. We've got a lot to cover here. Starting with IWM. I don't know. Should I go live on TikTok? I don't really want to. I feel bad though. 1 second. Let me write that down. Wait. Damn, I've kind of placed a lot of trades this week. Yeah. All right. All right. Now I'm good. If you want to tell them we're on YouTube or on TikTok, but I'm not on any charts or anything. All right. Yep. Good morning, everybody. So candle close or yesterday was outside on IWM of 255, leaving us with nothing but empty space, potentially up into the top. We looked at the lower time frame. We saw there was a small build up here with its floor right at 256.92. So you might be guessing that is the first target here this morning, and we're going to keep this straightforward and quick so that way if you're in swing trade you know what you're targeting. 30-minute time frame does show a little bit of weakness in that box, so maybe in the 257 range, but you also have to think about whether or not we're going to potentially just squeeze into highs, and if you swung, you're in a better position to do that. If you are long, then you need to know where you go short or where that short signal is, right? We had a box, we popped out, we punched down, we moved through it. So we're going to reuse, right? IWM needs to hold 256.23 and at worst 255.86. All right, so that is the floor here on IWM this morning. For a lower time frame, anything falling underneath that is subject to a larger retest, which I have two levels to our left. One of them will be here. That's 255.42, so you can look for a bounce off of that. And if that fails, 255. How do we know whether or not it's likely going to experience a reversal? It falls fast. Typically, actually always, when you fall fast and hit a support, you bounce, which if you take that bounce, it could put you in a position to take that reversal. So, hey, will you shut that? I got my phone right here. I don't want your background. You be farting and shit. What are you doing with my shirt? Man, terrorist. All right. What's up, y'all? All right. So anyway, we'll see whether or not before the bell this thing can go and break its pre-market highs, or yeah, pre-market highs, and go ahead and push to that target. If it does, probably gonna experience a little bit of this before we see any sort of break over. But all right, SPY was at all-time highs yesterday, gapped down, filled its gap already here this morning. So honestly, again, I'm not trading it. I don't concern myself with it. Your pre-market high is the only high, so we can only assume that that is where we go higher, if that is something that um so yeah, something that you're looking for if you're trading IWM or SPY, excuse me. All right. Come here. Can't keep what on the baby. Peppermint. Yeah. All right. Again, I'm not concerned with this at all. It's not my thing. It's had its multiple days of upwards movement, and it is at the highs. Nice retest this morning. That's what you would have wanted to see, honestly, intraday. So you definitely have a good setup to potentially keep going higher. QQQ. Now, this one I'm fucking interested in, and it's not guaranteed. Like, I don't like, oh my God, like, but the tension, if broken, could be nuts. And I think I mentioned that. Now the positives here. So let me rephrase everything. I'm probably gonna trade QQQ today on some speculative upside 231.50s potentially. And I think the setup right now, again, is there empty space here? No. Is there empty space outside there? No. So you got to remember this is outside of even my typical wheelhouse, but I like going to different wheelhouses to look at the wheels. So if we're looking on the 2 hour, right, we've got a gap fill and a candle close needed at 624.21. That same story isn't necessarily as true on the hourly, or that is our floor, right? You can see the floor right over here at 624.02. So what is needed here this morning is we need to hang out above this. This is that previous wall. We're doing that right now. If we can gap fill, that could put us in a position to take this longer. If you take this, you need to be on point with a stop loss of 624 if we go for that break, and at worst 624.78. So if we're unable to do those things, then weakness still prevails, and if we saw some sort of pullback today, it probably could be pretty strong, because right now buyers haven't really stepped up on the cues really at all. I bet you I could just do that. You can't. I guess you can see it. Hold on a second. Ooh, baby. Yeah, no, that's kind of whack. Nah, sorry, you gotta look at me. All right, 15-minute time frame. Get yourself set up. So clearly, 622.37 is where things could go awry. CEO Lounge. What's up? Good morning. Thanks for tapping the screen. I am on YouTube. If you guys are on here with me on TikTok, you can go over there and catch me charts. All right. So that is our 3 ETFs here this morning. I think obviously SPY is not even a consideration. Qs are interesting. IWM maybe continuation up to that target if you still have it. But let us commence the individual equity tickers. Oh yeah. Everybody do a fucking little dance, man. That's the shit. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Well, I'm a little disheartened by the lack of celebration. No, I'm just kidding. I know a lot of you probably have XYZ empty space. There it is. See, that's a team player right there. Get that guy a gold star. Ivy, gold stars. All right. Target has been hit on XYZ. You are free to deliberate and choose whatever journey you would like to see beyond this, most likely lower time frame. There's not a lot of empty space. This is the floor. There is a gap fill underneath you. XYZ is a financial terrorist and will terrorize you. But this should be a nice juicy gain. You should take some profit, or the profit if this is the. So again, was this your plan when you took this trade? Were you planning on taking it from point A to point B? Are you at B? Are you having different thoughts? Stop it. Take profit. Do what you said you were going to do. So that way, next time you're in this situation like this, you believe you. Cool. All right. And that's it. What? There's nothing else to say. If you want to, again, try to see Explorer maybe 7342, be my guest. But good job if you did take XYZ. Good job if you held to your target. Squeeze. DKNG. Now, this was not fun, right? This is the flip side of this shit. Because we did break out, we did get a candle close, and it just did not have the volume, did not have the buyers picking up. Oh my God, you little shit. Brother, oh my God. I have streamer mode. Let me disable. Who is this? Who is this? Say when? Your profile picture, dude. I just spotted that, you little shit. Wow. Ridiculous. Anyway, this is where either you've already pulled your chute or you're probably either A, looking at one. There is empty space up above us. So what you need to see today, get rid of it all. Right there. Damn, what is this fucking seducing ass music right now? My bad, y'all. I didn't mean to riz y'all up here. Yeah. This is what Papa Chad plays when you come over to the house. Gives you a little cognac and ice. Oh shit. A little hair on top. Ugh. Where's where's Chad, dude? He's probably like fucking eyes wide open right now. Oh, he's not even in here yet. Poor guy. All right. We're listening to Haiku because I can't think of anything else. All right, so right now we are looking at DKNG first, $35, but lower time frame tells a slightly different story. We are looking verifiably back up above 35.15. You do have empty space. You do have 35.50. If that gets retested, you need to be paying attention to how it reacts and how it got there. If it goes fast, you got to watch out because it could give you an opportunity to maybe get out for less of a loss if you held on. I wonder how long it'll take for him to notice. Notice what? Caught a wrong camera, my guy. Can we see the setup? Can't, yeah, I know. I know you guys can't see my screen. I don't have a screen to show you. I mean, I can put you right here, but you're just gonna see. I can't read the comments. You know what I mean? Plus, I need to flip the screen. No, I just mirrored it and it didn't do it. No, you're good. I'm on YouTube if you want to watch me there. All right, that's DKNG. Let's take a look at Pinterest. Pinterest looking good. Not much different, although the candle is up against, I guess I marked that out yesterday for something. But it's up against it, 27.50, 20, 2 hour. I know I had something here. I listen. There's no point in me giving you guys an analysis on this one when you guys know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the move through the 50% mark, a break outside of 2788. We have the potential news to do it. We've got the same rotation sequence, if you will, over here. So I absolutely do like it. And I'm waiting for it to give me the news. And I think that's what, the contracts speak to that as well, as they are holding an extreme amount of volume, or yeah, volume and OI without actually having moved anywhere, which is pretty nice. Hmm. Company specific. Typically company specific news. I don't ever have like anytime a company, you know how they say any news is good news, bad news is good news. Anything that brings the attention eyes to that stock will drive volume. So just by AI talking about Pinterest, right? Or Ginseng talking about memory. These things automatically drive volume into these odd pockets. So like I need, yeah, a company specific. It can't just be like, oh, the market's ripping. That doesn't necessarily apply to pens when it's waiting on something we already know about, which is rare. I typically get into a position and then it just, well, I'm waiting. I'll get into a position or I'll see a chart setup and I will, I don't know, it almost looks like it's news or is already written into it. So I don't get into something typically because of news. It just happened to be that way this time. But when we are set up in this fashion, it would be it's actually DKNG, right? Except for DKNG doesn't, where are we getting this volume from? What would cause people to buy DKNG from 36 to 42? Probably something amazing. It's not probably something news related. Ah, yeah. What's your name? Hold on one second. Yeah, I think you. What is it? Okay, Zay. Yeah, you've been here forever. Yeah. You might have missed the no stop loss Steve thing, but I do remember what you're talking about. And yes, it does very much remind me of that same scenario, minus him making money, because if you weren't there, we figured out that none of that was real, and he was trying to sell mentorship to people, and he was charging people every single mentor that he got, he would charge him like an extra $100, and he wasn't saying anything, and then he wanted to create his own group, and so I ended up, yeah, kind of coming down with the hammer and kicked him out of the disc. I asked him about it first, and then he had no proof, no nothing, so I he got the hammer, unfortunately. But yeah, none of those gains that you saw were actually real. They were paper trading gains. Maybe, maybe, well, it is the amount. So the dollar amount that he was posting was astonishing. He did have a real account. That was his Weeble account. But everything else was not real. And that was, yeah, I mean, a lot of people in here looked up to him because of the gains that he posted. And that's one of the reasons why, like, yeah, me and Manny are a little bit more like stringent on, like, we don't want to see like some creepy screenshot if you're going to screenshot anything at all, because it's not a requirement. um but yeah, he very much it was the day that honestly he had his baby, and he came on live, and I think he just, I've been around a lot of pathological liars, and so I'm privy to their behavior. And what they do is they seek dopamine. So they'll have something good happening in their life, and they'll fabricate a deeper story to increase the feedback, right? So he had a baby. Let's brighten that story up with a $350,000 gain. Okay. If you gave me $350,000, I don't have a lot of money. I just had a baby. My entire heart and soul is focused on my new child and my wife because now all of my problems just went away. I don't have to worry about my job. I don't have to worry about maybe debt, all that other stuff. Behavior wise, he cried his tears. I just didn't believe it. There's something, it just felt not real. Um, I also didn't say anything because I wanted to, I didn't want to be a dick. Um, but then he showed up the next day and started trading again. Does that sound like something that, I mean, unless you're a severe gambling addict, which is not what he was, the personality that he was presenting. But anyway, that's it. He just, the thing that really bothered me, paper trading is one thing. I'm going to get on to you about that. But then taking that audience and trying to sell them something that you yourself are not doing, I'm not cool with that. So yeah. Anyway, little story time there for you. Every, yeah. Yeah, yeah, man. I'm sorry to hear that, or sorry to tell you that, I guess. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh man. Oh, that's good. Interesting. And it, yeah, and I appreciate that a lot because while I'm not like basing what I'm doing off of news, if I'm in something and we're getting news, cool, awesome. I love that. You know what I mean? So, um, is 4K enough to start day trading? Not as a full-time job, but just in the mornings while I work remote? Uh, I that's too much. But if you're just starting out and you're brand new, my friend, yeah, I would actually say that's too much. You don't have to put that much into the market. I think that's the question you need to ask yourself. If do you know my strategy? Have you been watching me for a while? Cool. Then yeah, you could go ahead and maybe do something like that. Me personally, I want to see what I'm capable of, so I'm putting less risk on the table so that I can get a more authentic, less emotion filled look at how I'm performing. So, all right, let's keep it pushing here. It is 9:07. Just a quick reminder, Ivy, Alex, if you guys can, just remember to keep posting things on my calendar. It's a little dry. Just make things up if you need to, like take out the trash or something. Just make it look like I'm busy, like Michael Scott. What do you? He said clear by schedule for the afternoon. You don't have anything on your schedule. I cleared anyway. All right. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so let's take a look at like I said, XYZ is already at target. Lulu picked itself back up yesterday and is directly at 216.50 here this morning. So I'd like to see it get a move on. It does have empty space up above it. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it does have empty space up to 219.66. So today, if this is the stock that you have chosen, quick side note, if you have chosen 5 stocks, you really think you're going to be able to trade that at the bell, you got to narrow it down. Sometimes it's not a very fun process because you got to let some shit go, but narrow it down so that way you can put your focus on one thing, um, or 2 things if you have that talent. All right, 216.61, right, is obviously the overhead 1, 2, 3. So it is imperative that we break. If we do not, which I am also prepared for, that would be under 214. I can't call for a reversal until we start losing. Let's go to the 5 minute really quick. Yeah, honestly, 213.33, and then we'd be looking at that 210 mark underneath us. So be prepared for both. We're in a position where this is that rejection point. Got a target directly up above us at 219, 218.72. So we'll see if we can get it today. Celsius. All right, Celsius has been fucking. Listen, sometimes you just gotta let go and let the energy drink bros take the wheel, man. I mean, this thing is it's a little sketchy intraday. a lot of whippy up and down, but thankfully this morning here we've gotten a small push up, tapping the 49.50 target, which is halfway to this next target that we have at 50 doll hairs. Of course, with the amount of empty space up above us, we can look to roll our contracts out depending on how we are building beyond the wick. All right, we need to turn this music up, dude, because I'm about to go night-night on y'all. Cracking. I'm on YouTube, by the way. If you're on TikTok here, sorry. Go to YouTube. If you're on here right now, I'm about to close it down. If you're on YouTube, get out of here. And or if you're on TikTok, get out of here and just meet me on YouTube. I'm gonna go bye now. All right. Not brand new. I was in wealth management briefly, so I have some institutional knowledge, but not day trading. I have TA experience, but it's been a couple of years. If you feel like your yeah, I mean, if you feel like your TA is on point, 4K is a decent amount. Um, yeah, I mean, I personally, again, when I like start, if I'm starting out, even if I was to take a hiatus, I'm not gonna start ripping and roaring. So, again, you don't always, especially with my system, you don't always have to have 4K. You could probably make 4K out of one, but by the way, shout out to Philo. Our boy is about to head out on his independent trading journey vision quest for 30 days and 30 nights. It could be longer, I don't know. But I am proud of you, dude, and all the hard work. You really are exemplifying what it means to show up, to ask questions, to try to get better, and I see that. But he said he's not going to renew his quarterly so he can go into the shadow realm and embrace his journey. I'm into that shit. All right, Celsius, J Mia. He said bye. We'll talk to him like that. All right, so I don't really have anything to add to J Mia other than you could expect for some sort of consolidation. If we don't have enough to break the wick here today, there is a retest at 1350. If that is not able to happen, we're going to need to come back and grab some buyers. So, yes. Not right now. I can't right now. No. I'm sorry. All right. I don't think anybody's in Jamie anyway, so whatever. Yesterday we talked about D Nut. I was kind of thinking it might squeeze overnight, but watch for a break over the 469, 470 mark. This one is kind of got a pretty interesting setup. It's a wedge, right? And I don't ever use that fucking word. But with a downtrend and an uptrend colliding, right? We'll call it a fucking wedge. We're not trading it like one, but yeah. Oh, Rob's and Jamia? That's my boy. That's my fucking boy right there, dude. I'm muted on TikTok. I did not know that I was muted. If you are on TikTok, go to YouTube so that way we can see charts. You can go and rewind back and look at the chart request. All right. 913. Let's have a look at anything else that you guys are looking at here this morning. Lyft, yeah, so I wanted to talk about that one too as well. I mean, listen, I'm excited about the potential, whether it's up or down. We've discussed this matter. $20.60 is one of the overhead targets that I see coming back, right? Kind of all the way. It's a little bit closer in the most recent price action. So today, which we're not off to a terrible start, excuse me, Jesus. That wasn't so good. Anyway, we want to see a 2-hour candle close above that $20. You want to grab hold of 20. And I said this yesterday, you got to be prepared. There is a punch down under 1969, empty space. And because of how many rotations we've had up here and how many times we hit that floor, you got to beware. But with all of this downwards pressure sitting at the floor and the empty space up above us, sheesh, that could be a fire ass play. It should be a fire ass play. Guys, if you're on TikTok, go to YouTube. The only thing you're seeing right now is my face, and I promise you that will never help you. Um, might hurt you actually. All right. XYZ is about to enter the upper box. Listen, so this is where I go brain dead. I go brain dead. I'm done. Sucks that I couldn't even just TP at the floor. Now, to your question, could it go for 81, right? Which I would assume you're targeting this. The answer to that question lies in what? Our ability to grab hold of two things, because this is an extreme area of consolidation. We have two floors, basically like a subfloor and a regular floor, but one of those floors that needs to be covered is 71. One of the more major floors will be 73. So when those things are accomplished, that becomes a real possibility, yes. But for this play, we're trying to let it run. Unless you're out like 6 months, yeah, that's something to think about. All right, let's see. I did that backwards. Demon time? What'd you say? It'll help me. Celsius? We're moving. We're on our way, dude. Don't overthink it. We're on our way. So you did kind of touch the little floor here. All right. What is going on here, dude? Okay, we're good. That was the imbalance. You got to go look at what is above and what is below. You broke out from this yesterday. You pushed off of it. So again, to seller's effort, they haven't really been able to accomplish much of anything. So that's good. You got 3 taps up here at the top and imbalance on the wick at 565. And if you can clear that, you should be on your way. That being said, there is definitely more empty space up there, 610 and 624. Yeah, Celsius is getting is a 50 what, a dollar away from our target right now. So oil. Oh man, I've tried to trade Boyle before. I got boiled. I lost like 2 bands on that thing, man. That was a long time ago though. Nice base right there. Nice build right there. Nice break right there. Do we have anything of the sort? Not really. Feel sick. Good. Yeah, Jake, you're definitely gonna need that. You don't want to be on Weeble charting. All right. So I don't really see anything on the 24-hour and weekly that's telling me that there's any sort of reversal. And I want to let everybody know that my two weaknesses, the biggest weaknesses that I have, and instead of trying to focus on my weaknesses and get better at them, fuck that. I'll focus on what I'm good at, which is why I don't try to do that. I don't. If I'm already really good at something, why am I going to go and try and work on the shit that I'm not good at if it's not detrimental to what I'm trying to do? I don't trade all-time lows. I don't trade all-time highs. So I am clueless, right, as to unless is a build, right? If we got a box with 3 rotations, all right, cool. I can buck that. But we don't, right? Now on the 4-hour, I can give you a floor, and that's it. Actually, you know what? We can give it the range. So, step 1, don't lose that. Step 2, get above $20.35. You have a gap fill, and if you can reclaim that floor, you might be on your way. You got to keep that one simple, I think. All right, JD, what is it? Bros. It does look good. Yeah, I think get rid of all the channels, get rid of all of this, and just focus on what's sideways. You got great builds. You did pull back. You pulled a nice little volume squeeze, right? You came down, grabbed the volume pack, and right now it looks like we're faced with this. So I'd be looking for a 64.66 candle close. Imagine a green candle right there, and you'd be looking for that move up to $70. That's a good setup. The Vision Quest. Oh, trading platform recommendations. I'm sorry, Jake, I misread that. TradeStation is great. I obviously use it, so I recommend it. It has its issues. All brokerage have issues. I mean, they all got some shit going on. I'd rather them just be insured and damn near be a bank. All right, Sentinel One. Now I can see why you might be wanting to trade this. A break outside of 1513 and a reclaim of 1543 would have a rather large impact. I would say with the empty space up above you. Now I don't really see anything on the 24-hour, right? But with the empty space on the lower time frame, giving that away, I think 1556, 1588, and then perhaps you can go up into that empty space. Not my cup of tea, but definitely a great box bottom. Plug. Oh man, I actually looked at this one the other day. Someone unplugged this shit long ago. Hmm. You're at the floor, right? And one of the things that usually triggers me into wanting to get into a trade is knowing there's empty space up above you. It's not tremendous. It's there, but it's not tremendous. I'd say 337 is a good target. 322 is I see why you would pick that one as well. So somewhere in that range is probably an acceptable target. So that snow you got to keep it moving here, dude. And you honestly have a pretty damn good setup to go and rip the top off at 230. It is the floor, right? That's what we're going to go for here today. But if you're going to take it, it would probably be over yesterday's highs. It would be over yesterday's highs, 234.55. And at that point, I think I would just go ahead and settle on 238.90, 239 being a target directly up ahead. Yeah, Netflix actually getting close. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, definitely wouldn't blame anybody. The only thing that sucks is it just has that news over looming. But yeah, Netflix looks I see a move up to 94 is a great target. There is a first target of 92.75. That'll have to be or 92.80, excuse me, and that would lead to 35.35. So 923, 923 guys. Definitely interesting. Look at this. Yeah. I mean, that right there. So where do we start moving higher? 360. That is your target now, right? Look, I want you to I was gonna say close your eyes, but open them back up again. Uh Let me just show you. See that? That just looks natural. That looks a break over the median. You can see the candle closes. Look, candle close, candle close, candle close, candle close. So being up above that or right up against it, not bad, bro. Not bad. I do that a lot, by the way. I envision. I scrapbook. 6 minutes left. IP. Yeah, your target right now is 41.93. If that is able to be closed strongly above, target at 44. Oh, Uber. Looks great, man. Obviously you got a little gap now. You've already made a new high here, but it looks phenomenal, dude. Don't let your brain get to you right now. You know what I mean? Just focus, just stare at the chart and know where you need to get out. Again, we know where this needs to get out. Just be prepared for both sides of the coin. All right, TikTok, YouTube. It's 4 minutes to the bell. I gotta go grab something. Y'all have a wonderful day. Stay safe. All right. We've had yesterday was amazing. Monday was great. Stay on track. This has been 3 days now. Getting close to 3 days of rippage. It's about time for the wave to end. All right, I'll be right back.